Hello.
Danny,
How is it going?
hey, it's great to get through to you, buddy.
Nice. I saw you left a voicemail.
Yeah, I
So
did. I was
I'm glad we
worried
got you
that
back.
people were going to keep calling until I couldn't,
I know it was
so
weird
I
because
figured
there was a minute there where normally just the phone rings off the hook, and then there's this minute where I go, "That's it." Nobody called, and I go, "We've reached the end of it. Nobody wants to call ever again." But yeah,
yeah,
here
it's
we
been a
are.
really good show tonight,
Thanks,
man.
man.
It's been a really
What's your name?
entertaining show.
What's your name?
This is Wallaby.
Wallaby. Oh yeah, you're in the Discord.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude. How you doing? You made the
I'm.
songs.
Yeah, well, I do a lot of songs,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
So
just,
for people who don't know, Wallaby is in our Discord. Our Discord is lit as fuck. Um,
woo.
Someone, Michael said I left a voicemail. Michael, just call back. If you don't get through, call back. If you left a voicemail. But anyway, sorry, Wallaby. Yeah, so you made some
No, you're
songs.
good.
You made some songs. I think for when we do the Patreon episodes, which I assume next week we might have one, as long as we hit 100, which is probably will. We'll have a Patreon
Nice.
episode, and I'm gonna work one of your musics into there.
Hey, if you don't even like them, tell me to make something else, buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
I got the
No,
time.
100%.
That's something I wanted to talk to you
I
about,
did actually
actually.
try. Well, because if people listened last week, the guy who went and saw Mahler, and he wanted to know if he should go with his boys or an escort, and then I was gonna try. By the way, if anybody wants to know, he went with the boys. He fought.
Nice.
Yeah, I posted the clip on my YouTube page,
Yeah.
and then he commented. He goes, "I went with the boys." So he went with the boys, did some LSD, watched Mahler, but I tried to make Mahler the outro.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
I was like, "There's nothing here for outro for a podcast." Yeah, but what's up, Wallaby?
So anyway, I wanted to ask you about something I know you have specific experience with, and that's moving to another country.
Yes.
Um,
What country are you looking to move to?
I'm preparing for the chat to react to this, but I'm just going to put it out there. I'm looking to move to the Philippines.
That's cool. Nothing wrong. No.
Well,
the Philippines is
specifically because I used to live in South Korea when I was in the Army,
okay.
and some of my friends have relocated there.
I mean, dude, how old are you?
I'm 35.
35. So, I mean, here. Okay, so I've been over. I've never been to the Philippines. I've been to Southeast Asia. If you're
I've only been to South Korea.
Okay, if you're fine with that, someone says you're a pedo, but that's not true. It's not true. Whoever said that, take that back, Vidya. But I will say,
my children the one that can talk would tell you that's not true.
Yeah. Anyway. So you're going with your. Someone says go to Cebu. So are you gonna?
I'm actually
married?
looking to go to Davao City. I am divorced. I have 2 daughters. They're twins. Both are autistic.
Okay, and would they come with
you?
And
I'm actually. Yeah, I've got the sole custody process in the courts right now.
And then you take them to. Well, I mean, like in terms of what do you do for work? Like, do you work remote, or do you work remotely?
Well,
or are you
the nature of my kids with the disability? It's tough for me to work because if I have to call off work, I'm in Indiana, and in Indiana they'll fire you for no reason, and that's just the way that it is.
And you don't work remotely or anything?
Well, I try to do YouTube with my music, and I started a clip channel earlier this week where I'm just like trying to do like podcast clips, really.
Okay.
Because I've got not much else going on other than what's in front of me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would suggest
all the politics and stuff. I'm not really optimistic about the next couple of decades of this country.
Yeah. Do you ever heard of the? I want someone to come on here who knows about this more than I. But you know, like the fourth turning. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're like right at the beginning of the fourth turning. If people don't know what it is, go check out the fourth turning. I'm
not like specific on it, but I mean, it doesn't feel right. Like if you pay attention and you know history, like. It doesn't feel right, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, there's some shit going down. How does it work moving to the Philippines? Can you just do that?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I have to get sole custody first, because when I get the passports for my kids, like their mother is not around. She hasn't seen them in like 2 years.
Okay.
And so I have to get that. It's either court paperwork that says you have sole custody or the other parent's signature, and I'm not going to get the latter.
Well, no, I mean like Philippines. Like Philippines will just let you move there.
Oh, I mean, if you have work, like if I can show, like if I can get enough income, from like my YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
and I can show income, then yeah, they'll let you live there, and I can provide the same standard of living we have here for about a third of the cost.
Right. I mean, that's the main thing there is the cost of living is much lower, right?
I can even like, well, one of my daughters, like I said, they're both autistic, and one of my daughters is nonverbal, and we're still trying to get her to use the potty.
Yeah.
And so like I could even afford to have like a full-time caregiver for her there.
Yeah.
And spend less than what I'm spending here in rural Indiana even.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like especially taking care of your kids, it seems like almost a bit of a no-brainer. I would recommend if you have especially like certain skills with this kind of stuff, go on like Upwork and like Fiverr and stuff, and you can, you know, especially if you have specific things, and you can just get hired to do stuff, and it doesn't really matter.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm working out the production side of it because for my whole life I've been a performer, like a musician.
Okay.
So like it's only been since the pandemic that like I've gotten into like digital audio workshop, and only like the last 8 months I've been playing with videos. So, you know, I'm still kind of a baby and all that stuff, but I'm working on it every day.
Well,
you know,
I mean, the one thing good about YouTube is you can learn how to do all this shit on there.
Oh my God. There's guys learning how to put together nuclear reactors on YouTube a few years ago, weren't they?
Yeah, they're probably fucking disappeared now. They're probably like they're probably wishing they never put that shit on fucking YouTube. But you know what? I honestly like it doesn't sound like it sounds like you have a bit of a plan here. I think,
well,
yeah.
Thanks, man, because it's kind of just in my head, and I wanted to hear it from somebody that's done it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never moved to somewhere like the Philippines, but they all speak English there. It's like a fully English-speaking country. So it's not like there's no language barrier. It's paradise in terms of like, you know, scenery.
In Davao City, the city I'm looking at, it's like an international port.
Yeah, 100%. I have some friends who have
and they got an American high school.
Yeah, for sure, because they have a lot of like military stuff there too, right?
Well, that's where my military friends have gone to live.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, especially if you have friends there too. I think you just you got to figure out kind of the stuff, but I mean, definitely for taking care of your kids, it seems like a way better situation. And then, I mean, I don't know where you're in Indiana.
Yeah,
it seems like I'm
south of Indianapolis. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it seems like it's in terms of that. I would just I would try to do that. I like that idea.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, man, because I don't have a lot of sounding board for these ideas or a lot of people to bounce it off of. So
hell yeah,
it means a lot coming from you, being that you immigrated yourself. Yeah, my plan sounds solid, so I appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that's a good idea if you have two kids who like need assistance.
That's really what it's about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Definitely.
The guy's back.
Yeah, fucking bots.
Let me get him real quick. But all right, hey, thanks, buddy.
Cool.
Appreciate
Thanks, dude. Take care.